moving at the speed of sound, quickest hedgehog around, teams up with the super fighting robot, Mega Man! Yeah, the Mega Man cartoon theme was totally lame. So it's January, and we start crossover month with the Archie Comics epic Mega Man Sonic crossover event, Worlds Collide. Warning, massive spoilers ahead. On with the show. Mega Man number 24, Worlds Collide Part 1, Kindred Spirits. We begin with Sonic the Hedgehog and Mega Man fighting. Wow, that was surprisingly fast. But as they fight, we see that Dr. Wily, the villain for Mega Man, and Dr. Eggman, the villain for Sonic, drink champagne as they celebrate their nemesis destroying each other, and they only need 2 more Chaos Emeralds to succeed in their plan. Does it feel like we hopped into the middle of the story here? Well, don't worry, because we then cut to weeks ago, when one of Dr. Wily's robot masters brings Dr. Wily a sapphire they found in the jungle. Dr. Wily is thrilled, and when trying to analyze it using his supercomputer, Ra-Moon, it unexpectedly opens up a communication link between Dr. Wily and Dr. Eggman, who was in the middle of yelling at his incompetent robotic minions. Dr. Eggman, who is coming off of having failed to remake the world previously, knows that because Dr. Wily is from the year 20XX, he's not of Eggman's world. But this just gets the gears turning in Eggman's head, since they're both the greatest evil robotic experts in their worlds, so they should meet up. He instructs Wily on how to use the Chaos Emerald, and they meet in an entirely new universe that, after some arguing, they decide to call it the Skull Egg Zone. And since the Skull Egg Zone has a unique time flow, they have all the time in the universe to create their ultimate weapon, a battle station designed by Eggman with the internal defenses designed by Wily. Of course, they then argue about the name until they decide on the Wily Egg. They then rebuild the Cosmic Reset button, and Wily hits it. Of course, we don't really see what happens to the world in this. Which are both annotated to being shown in Sonic the Hedgehog number 247 and Mega Man number 23, respectively. Hey, they're technically not part of the crossover, so I'm not covering them. But Wily now remembers everything that's changed, and they're ready to conquer the new worlds. Over in Sonic's new world, Miles Prower, Tails the Fox, is packing for an adventure with Sonic when there's a knock at the door. Tails opens the door, but it's Bass and Metal Sonic who knock out Tails and take him to the Wily Egg. Short of it, Wily and Eggman then turn Tails into a robotic master, or rather a roboticized master, total organic to metal transformation. And with that, they send their minions to collect the rest of Sonic's friends. In Mega Man's world, Proto Man, the brother to Mega Man, is doing the Batman scene staring out over the city when he hears cops being called to a bank robbery. So he goes to save the day, but as he confronts the robbers in the vaults, it's actually Tails Man, Knuckles Man, Rose Woman, and Shadow Man, the roboticized friends of Sonic turned evil minions, there to destroy Proto Man. Oh no! There's a lot to talk about in this issue, so let's just power through all this. The events of World Collide starts in the Sonic the Hedgehog universe with the previous story involving Dr. Eggman using the Chaos Emeralds to recreate the Sonic world using the Genesis wave caused by the Cosmic Reset button, but he was foiled by Sonic. But when that happened, the Chaos Emerald that powered it vanished, appearing in the Mega Man world as we see here. As for the previous issues of the respective series that were brought up, the only thing actually shown in them is that the last page has the Genesis wave hitting their place. This is definitely a huge event with 2 icons crossing over, but I am coming into this event totally blind, and had I not used the wiki, I would honestly be lost on what happened before. And because this is who I am, I truly hate that the start of this is a shot of the future with them fighting, and that the real story takes place weeks before. I've always felt that it's a cheap device to inlay random action, though I sorta can say that I understand it here, because this is a fairly long-winded comic. There's a lot of setup with a truly metric ton of exposition. That, coupled with the what the hell of it, really could turn new readers off for this event. But honestly, I don't think it would as much as I think it would, if that makes any sense. As with the very few Sonic comics I've read, and if anyone donates some to me, I'll totally do a week or month to doing them for the show proper, there's a playful nature that really carries the interactions here. While yes, this issue is from the villain's point of view, it's a blast to see them interact. They have a great, for lack of a better word, chemistry that carries on a nearly flawless relationship, where yeah, they do argue over what to name things, it never becomes trying to undermine each other. They compromise because together they can in fact beat their respective heroes. So while on a personal level I totally love it, professionally I can say that this issue isn't perfect and does have some flaws on a newcomer status. It's able to overcome the really tiny hurdles because of it. We live in an age where continuity isn't hard to find out. It's not like in the 90s where there weren't large resources and communities to assist you into indoctrination to a product, and you'd have to either be confused or hope for the best. Tomorrow, I really hope that the recap doesn't take up a full page. Seriously, I haven't written that long of a recap since I did the 60s Doctor Strange comics. Anyways, see you tomorrow.